we go.
Hey guys, this is Liza from Dusk Angel Reads, and today I will be doing my June TBR.
But I don't wanna let you know.
Okay, so first I'll start off with the books that I am currently reading. I am still getting my way through Bygone Badass Broads by Mackenzie Lee. This one is 52 stories about women throughout history, and I am at page 40. The stories themselves aren't numbered, so I don't know how many I've got left, but I've still got a fair chunk of this book left. But it's one of those ones that I can just like read every now and then when I just need the story. So I'm slowly making my way through this one. I'm also currently reading Whisper by Lynette Noni. This one's really hard to see. This one I'm at halfway. I'm at page 166, so I'm halfway. This one I'm enjoying so far, but there's like one of those like romances where like, no, I won't say that because that's spoilers, but yeah, there's a romance in here that I'm not a fan of. It hasn't actually gone anywhere yet, but I'm not a fan of it. As for the books I plan to read, first I'll start off with, well, I am doing the Cramathon this month. I'll have a separate TBR up for that, but I will include the books in here. I just won't say which ones they are. And I also, as another update, I'm no longer doing the Duodecathon or the A Yearathon. The reason is Duodecathon, how it works is you get 12 challenges at the start of the year, and each month you just choose a challenge and complete it. So the idea is at the end of the year, you've completed all 12 challenges. I missed last month. I can't talk today. I missed last month, but it's also not challenging enough. Like, I prefer readathons that have got like 4+ challenges on them, like per readathon, so that way I actually push myself. If I've only got one book that I have to read for a challenge, I'm like, get lazy and I just don't read the book. And then by the end of the week, I'm like pushing myself to read it just so I get it done. So it's just not ideal. It's not the type of readathon I like. So I've decided to just change, like do a different readathon every month. I do a readathon guide on my blog. So I'll just choose one of the ones I talk about on my blog each month, and we'll go from there. So this month, I've decided to do the Cramathon. So first, I'll talk about the Grisha trilogy. I can't speak. The Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. So we've got Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. This one, I have read Shadow and Bone. I physically read it a while back, but it's been so long that I don't remember what happens. So I've decided to pick up the audiobooks as they are on, I got them on Audible. Yeah, so I decided to pick up the audiobooks and I'll read the full trilogy, but I will reread Shadow and Bone so that way I know what the fuck happened. But yeah, so they're the first ones that I have on my TBR, and they are audiobooks that I'll be reading, but I do own the physical copies of it. Okay, the next book on my TBR is Leia on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. Leia, whatever. This one, I'm really not keen for. I'm not. And it's because of some of the things I've heard about the book being harmful towards bisexual characters. So I'm really not keen for this book, but I did pre-order it. And that was before I found out about these things that happened in it. So I do know what happens when it comes to that part. I still don't know the rest of the plot, but I do know that because the person that originally I saw it from had shared quotes from the book, and I don't fucking like it. But I'm going into it with an open mind. I don't believe I'm gonna like that aspect of it, but the rest of the book may be enjoyable. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I loved Becky Albertalli's other books. They're actually up here. Where's my finger? There. They're there. So they're on my favourite shelf, and I did enjoy them, but I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. Okay, the next book that's on my TBR was actually on last month's TBR or the month before, I don't remember, but it is Ice Walls by Amy Kaufman. This one is a middle grade by her, and it's the only book that I don't know if it's the only book she's got that's only by herself. Like, because she's got the two other series, starting Unearthed, I don't know what that series is called, and the Starbound trilogy with Megan Spooner, and then she's got Illuminate Files with Jay Kristoff. So this is the only book that I know of that's solely by Amy Kaufman. So I was interested to see how her work is alone, because when I read Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, I absolutely loved Illuminae, and then I read a Nevernight by him and I didn't like it. So I don't know if it's just these two authors together that I enjoy, or whether I'm gonna like Amy Kaufman's work alone. So we'll see, but it's middle grade. It's got really big writing in it, and it's only 400 pages, so I should be able to fly through this one. Okay, the next book I will be reading is Burning for Revenge by John Marsden. This is the 5th book? Yes, 5th book. Possum, shut up. This is the 5th book in the Tomorrow series, starting with Tomorrow When the War Began. I've been slowly making my way through these books. I absolutely love them. If you watched my last haul, then you would know that I picked up these hardback editions secondhand, just so I had a copy, because I can't find the matching editions for the ones I have, and that is the only reason why I haven't continued the series. I absolutely love it. I'd read the entire thing back to back in a heartbeat, but I haven't been able to find the matching editions, so I hadn't continued reading. But now that I have this one and the next one, I'll be reading them. I don't know if I'll read the next one this month. We'll see what happens. It just depends on the timing with this one, as this is one of the books for the Cramathon. So it just depends what's happening there. But they're really short, they're really easy, and they've got like a massive writing. So this one's only 300 pages. And I love them, so I can get through them really quickly. Now onto the books that I don't physically own. The first one is Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy, and that one I will be listening to on audiobook. I've had it on Scribd for a while, and I decided to pick it up this month, so we'll see what happens. Most of the books I have are fantasy, except for Layer on the Offbeat and Burning for Revenge. It's not fantasy either, but Layer on the Offbeat's a contemporary. This one is a contemporary, and it's a diverse contemporary, so yeah, that one will be good. And also one of the Facebook groups I'm in, TBR and Beyond, is holding a like diverse, well, it's a Pride event. So we'll be reading LGBTQIAP+ books for that event, so I'll be able to use that one. I haven't actually decided on a TBR for that at all, just because I have to go with books I own or can get on Scribd, and I just don't have any. And all the ones that I've found on Scribd I've already read. So I don't know what I'm going to be reading for that challenge, but we'll see if I can sneak a few audiobooks in throughout the month that hopefully I can find on Scribd that will cover the LGBTQIAP+ spectrum. So we'll see how it goes. The next book I plan on reading is Murder on the Links by Agatha Christie. I always get the name wrong, that's why I read it off my phone. But yeah, this is one of the Hercule Poirot books. I think it's actually the 2nd book in the Hercule Poirot series. I'm not 100% sure, but I read the 1st book in the Hercule Poirot series this month, so now I want to go into the 2nd book. And also I just love Agatha Christie books, and I'm working my way through the Hercule Poirot series. I haven't actually been doing them in order, just like at the start I was reading the ones that I owned, and then I was just picking up whichever one seemed interesting or whichever ones fit readathon challenges. So I haven't actually been doing them in order, but I think from now I'll probably will, unless I need a specific book for a readathon challenge and one of them fit it, then I might read random ones from the Hercule Poirot series, as there's like nearly 50 I think. So there's a lot to get through. And I also just remembered one of the books that I'm currently reading as well is Mr. Lemoncello's Great Library Race. It is the 2nd book in that series. I don't actually know what the series is called. I don't know if it's called Mr. Lemoncello. Yeah, it's the Mr. Lemoncello's Library series. Yeah, I've got the 2nd book for that on reading currently at the moment through Scribd, and I really love those books. They're just so fun. My cat is trying to bash herself in the mirror right now. Yeah, so I just remembered that as I was about to say. The next book on my TBR is the audiobook for the last book in the Mr. Lemoncello's Library series, and it is, I can't remember the name of it. They've got such weird names. I just realised I'm reading them in wrong order. I am. The 2nd book is Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics, and I'm currently reading Mr. Lemoncello's Great Library Race. Well then, so I will be reading this one and then going back to Mr. Lemoncello's Olympics. So they kind of all work out by themselves anyway. They're like their own little adventurous game story. So I should be fine reading them not in order, but I just realised I'm reading them in the wrong order, sorry. So yeah, that's handy. But anyway, I'll put Mr. Lemoncello's Library Olympics on my June TBR. That's interesting. So yeah, I think that's it for my June TBR. There'll probably be other books added in for on like audiobook, because just when I run out of audiobooks that are on my TBR, I just pick up a random one that's unscribed. And also probably, oh, I forgot a book. I forgot Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. I don't have a physical copy. I've ordered it. I'm waiting for it to come, but it is the book of the month for the YA Book Nerds, the Facebook group I run. So I'll be reading that in June. But yeah, I just remembered that. I didn't have it on my list. But yeah, I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, so I don't have a physical copy yet. Hopefully it'll get here soon, so that way I can start it soon, because I need to read it by the end of June. Oh, also, my hair. It's rainbow. You'll see that transformation in my upcoming reading vlog, but I do also have some videos that are already filmed with my old hair, so you'll probably see them mixed in and out. I think I have 2. One I haven't decided if I'm going to post, but you'll probably see them mixed in and out throughout books with this hair, videos with this hair. But yeah, anyway, I completely forgot to mention that at the start. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
That's the way every day goes, looking back